Shalom, back to part 3. Let's continue here. All right. An Israelite in counsel with Yahawah, bahasham, yahawashi. All right. So, verse 3, he will seek out the secrets of grave sentences and be conversant in the dark parables. All right. Let's give you some precepts so you have further understanding. Let's go to Proverbs 1. Proverbs 1, 5, and 6, all right? A wise man will hear, all right? In other words, he will hearken unto the word of the Lord, all right? You understand that? A wise man will hear and will increase learning. You see that? Okay? Increase learning. And a man of understanding shall attain unto wise counsel. What better counsel can you have than the Most High, Yahawah, and his son, yahawashi? There's no higher counsel in heaven and earth. You understand that, people? You get it? You understand? Verse 6. To understand a proverb, okay, and the interpretation, okay, which means what? You have to look up the etymology of words, of what they mean in the Hebrew, in the Greek, in the Latin. All right? You go to Google, the Bible Concordance, a blue letter. Yeah, you can't be lazy. You got to do the work. You understand, people? You get it? All right? Verse 6 again. To understand a proverb, right? To understand a word, and the interpretation of that word, of what it means, the words of the wise and their dark sayings. You see that? So, just because when you read a scripture, an eschaton, all right, doesn't mean, necessarily that you have the understanding. Now, in some cases, it may be just literal. It's just plain, right there in your face, okay? All right, but then there are going to be those dark sayings, those parables, those allegories, okay? And allegories, another word for that is symbolism. So you have words that are used as symbolism. You understand that? But again, you need to look certain words up in order to what? To understand what that particular scripture is saying. Okay? You understand that, people? All right? So, as you can see, it's not as simple as you think it is. Oh yeah, go ahead, open up the Bible, go ahead, try to read it like a novel, like probably most people do. It doesn't work that way. Okay? It is precept upon precept, line upon line, here a little, there a little. What am I doing to you? I'm reading out of Escalatius, also known as Sirach, chapter 39. Right? And besides reading to you, giving you each scripture, each line, right? I'm taking you to precepts so that you have what? Further understanding, so that that particular scripture that we're reading is made that much more clearer to you. You see? And that's how the vision, that's how the picture, when you do a puzzle, okay, you have to put all the pieces together, and then that puzzle then eventually what? Becomes clear, the picture, right? There you go, people. It's that simple, all right? But it's work, okay? It's called work. But you know what? This is what it's all about. This is what it's all about. Because your answers, your salvation lies here in the scriptures. All right? Whether you like it or not, it's here. It lies here. Okay? So choose wisely. All right? All right, what's another one for you? Psalm 78. All right. Let's go to Psalm 78. Two to 4. All right. I will open my mouth in a parable, and I will utter dark sayings of old. That's right. That's all. You got plenty of that in the scriptures. All right. But again, if you don't do what I just finished saying, you're never going to have understanding of that. Okay? You're not. You're not going to get it. And here's the key, people. If the Lord is not supping with you, you're not going to be able to filter through the scriptures. Okay? Because again, with all things are filtered through the scriptures. So, you see a news article or you're watching the news, it can be filtered through the scriptures. All right? But again, everybody is not capable of doing that because it's not given unto everybody. All right? And that's because certain persons, as spirits, when they were created, and that's what you are, a spirit that simply houses a body. You'll find this in the blue letter. Go look up the word election. All right? They were chosen before the foundation of the world as spirits by Yahawah, bahasham, yahawashi. Okay? And they were sanctified, which means they were made holy and separate, and they were ordained. Okay? It was decreed that these certain individual persons, spirits, okay, would come into this knowledge. Okay? They would return back onto their power. In the end, we're talking about Israelites here, and it's clear about that. All right? This is not given on to anyone outside of Israel. It's not even given to all of Israel. It says certain persons among the Israelites. Do you understand that, people? Okay? They were chosen. Again, like the scripture says, many are called, few are chosen. You understand? Okay? Where do we read that? What is that? St. John 15:16. Ye have not chosen me, but I have chosen you. You get that? Do you people get that? Or it's actually is this over your head? Or you people can't understand that. But this is what the scriptures read. All right? I've done many videos doing that and covering that. Okay? That exact same thing. All right? Go to 2 Peter 1 and 10. Brethren, be diligent. Right? Look that word up. To make that calling, look that up. Calling gets into invitation. You have to be called in. You have to be invited in. You don't walk in unawares. See? And when would that have happened? Before the foundation of the world as a spirit. All right? Now, and then the next word, to make that calling an election. Sure. You look up that word election. Right there. 2 Peter 1:10. Click on that in the blue letter. Click on it. And then, when you finish reading that, go to where it says root word etymology and click on that again, and that'll give you further understanding. You understand, people? You get it? All right? And you'll see it for yourselves. All right? Do your homework. All right? All right. So, which we have heard and known, and our fathers have told us. We will not hide them from their children, showing to generations to come the praises of the Lord Yahawah and his strength and his wonderful works that he have done and will continue to do. All right. All right. Let's see here. All right. Let's move on, shall we? Let's get back. All right. He shall serve among great men. All right. Talking about an Israelite, right, who's in counsel with Yahawah, bahasham, yahawashi. He shall serve among great men and appear before princesses. You see that? He will travel through strange countries, for he have tried the good and the evil among men. You see that? Now, I believe the elders, like, whether it's Elder Tahar or Gabar, right? Rambam, right? Any one of the elders, would tell you that going back to 1 West, High Priest Yahawah used to say that we had to learn about wickedness and evil, all right, in order to appreciate righteousness. You understand that? That we had to learn that. What does it say here? Let's read this again. Okay. He will travel through strange countries, for he have tried good and evil among men. And again, the scriptures tell you, try the spirits whether they are of the God power. You understand that? Okay? So, not everything is learned in the classroom, people. You understand? So we had to experience what evil is, all right, in order to what? In order to appreciate righteousness. Because guess what? We're going to be the judges of the earth. We're going to be the immortal God kings and priests of the earth. And this is all in the scriptures. So the Lord is preparing us for that. Do you understand? And basically all of this is simply a rehearsal for the kingdom. Okay? And you read that in Judges 5 and 11. That is just a rehearsal. All right? Do you understand? But again, the Lord is coming back for those that, study to show thyself approved unto the God power. All right? Showing, thyself a workman. Right? In other words, being diligent, never taking your hand off the plow, being continuous, being faithful, loyal. You understand? Focused. And rightfully dividing the word of truth. Okay? And how do you do that? Through your precepts. That's how you do it. Okay? That's how you get the understanding. All right? You look up words, the etymology. All right? In the Hebrew, in the Greek, in the Latin. You go to Google. You understand? You do the work. All right? So now, to go along with that, again, 2 Peter 1:10, again, being diligent, doing the work. All right? To make that calling, right? Your calling, that invitation, and your election a sure thing. And if you do that, thou shalt never fall. You see? Get it, people? All right? The Lord's got your back. You're in counsel with the Lord. You were chosen. You heard the call, and you answered it. And you continue in it, right? Because it tells you, right? What is that? Revelations 2, 26, 28. He that overcometh and keepeth my works until the end, to him will I give power over the nations. See? Rulership. All right, we'll be right back with part 4, I believe. Shalom.